do a late night story time on how I found out I was pregnant with my son while I try to order some groceries off of Amazon. So I found out I was pregnant with my son August of 2019, right before Corona came stopping by, passing through, whatever you want to call it. So in 2019 of August, I found out I was pregnant with my son. But before I found out I was pregnant with my son, I was having like these really bad cramps. Like they were like unbearable cramps. Like they were very unbearable. And I would always want comfort, somebody to rub my stomach for comfort, my boyfriend to rub my stomach for comfort. And he was like, oh, you should go to the doctor to get a pregnancy test. I'm like, no, I don't need to do that because I'm not pregnant. And then like a month went by, I still never went to the doctor. I missed my period. I never even noticed that I missed my period because, mind you, my birthday's in August, so I'm like so hamped up, like, okay, my birthday's coming up, I'm gonna get lit, I'm gonna have fun. I don't get lit, but I was thinking about having fun for my birth month. And it was August 30th. I was coming from work and I wasn't feeling too well. Like I was feeling so sick, like I was about to pass out. And I managed to get my way to the city MD, the urgent care. And I went in and I was telling them how I was feeling, and they were like, oh, that sounds very odd. And they were like, that's very weird. Like, how is that your comfort? I was explaining to them how I would comfort myself for the pain. And the guy was like, let's do a pregnancy test. I was like, sure, but I'm not pregnant. So I did the urine, I came back, and I sat down in a room for like 10 minutes by myself because they were attending to other patients. So while I was sitting there, I was just texting my boyfriend and my friend at the time, like, okay, I'm here waiting for my results to come back. I don't know what they're gonna say, and I'm nervous, but I was nervous, but I was really just chilling. So when the results came back, 2 doctors came in the room, the other guy that I seen first and his boss. So they walked in and they had like this little cup and a little stick inside of it. And I never thought nothing of it. I just thought he was gonna just tell me my results and that's it. So he was like, so we have news. And I'm like, okay, go ahead. And he's like, so you're pregnant. I was like, what? I looked at this man like he was crazy, okay? I looked at him like he was psycho. And he was like, are you okay? And I'm like, I could feel myself turning red. And he's like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm all right. And I'm like, listen, doctor, I just came from work. I just had a long shift. I'm tired. I don't got time for the bull crap. And he was like, no, I'm being very honest with you. I'm not joking. It's not the time for games. So he turned the cup around and he showed me the results, and it had my initials on it. And it was blood, like the 2 lines of pregnant. And I was like, wow. Like, I cried for like 5 minutes. They stepped out the room. They're like, I'm going to give you some time by yourself. I cried for like 5-10 minutes. I texted my boyfriend and I was like, I'm pregnant. But he thought I was pranking him or like playing around with him because I always pull little quick pranks on him and stuff like that. And I told him and he was just like, you joking, are you for real? So I'm walking, like I discharged myself and everything and I'm leaving. And on my way home, like I'm texting my friend and I'm like, friend, I'm pregnant. And she was like, stop lying, bitch. And I'm like, I'm pregnant. She was like, stop lying. So I'm like, I'm for real. I got home, I saw her and I'm like crying. I'm like, friend, how am I gonna do this? Yada yada yada. And she's like, friend, you're gonna be fine. And she was like, bitch, I knew you was pregnant because I asked you how I got the stay on my eye. You was like, you're not pregnant. I'm like, I never knew I was pregnant. And when I found out my son, I was already 6 weeks pregnant and I never knew. Only thing that I should have seen a sign of was that my nose got a little bit bigger than it already is. And my boobs had gotten bigger, but I never really took much into it. I just thought I was gaining weight, the happy weight, I'm in a good relationship and everything like that. So that's what I thought. I never really thought nothing of it. I was getting a little bit thick, I was getting a little booty and stuff like that. So I never thought pregnancy was the last thing on my mind. And then when I found I was pregnant on August 30th of 2019, the same night I got sick. My morning sickness started the same night. Well, let's rephrase that. Night sickness. And I was like sick to the bones. I'm telling you, I was sick to the bones. I'm still trying to order my groceries. Don't pay me no mind. So I was sick to the bone. Like, it was horrible. Like, I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't even go to work. Like, I kept calling out of work. When I do go to work, I used to sleep a lot. Oh, let's backtrack to before I found out I was pregnant. I do security, so I was at work one night, and it's me and this other guy that was on post, and he was like, "Bitch, you pregnant?" I was like, "No, I'm not." He's like, "What skinny person eat like that?" I naturally do eat a lot. You know, I'm a type of person that eats a lot. And he was like, "No, you eat too much." Because mind you, around the time when I was pregnant, I used to go to this deli at the end of the block where I used to work at in Brooklyn, and I used to order like 2 honey turkey on a roll with a fried egg on there, red onions, extra mayonnaise, honey mustard, and this mucho mango Arizona, or a Sprite, or a grape soda, any kind of grape soda I could get, or orange soda, like whatever soda it was, like grape or orange or a Sprite, I would drink it like every single day with a turkey sandwich. If not a turkey sandwich, I would get like a salad with extra of everything, like loaded salad. And then he was like, "Girl, you're pregnant. Look at you, like you look so different." But I just couldn't see the difference really, because what I was doing was really working. And then it's like I was never tired. Like, I wasn't tired. I would have all this energy. I would get up, I would go shopping, I would go out, I would pick up extra hours at work. But when I was at work, I would tend to fall asleep a lot, because my supervisor used to come to work and see me sleeping, but he used to let me slide. But fast forward again back to when we found out in August and everything was confirmed. I did my first little ultrasound and everything. I will show it to you guys, but it's like on the wall and all that stuff. But I did my first little ultrasound and found out I was like 6 weeks plus. I was excited, but I was scared at the same time, because I was like so sick. I don't know if everything was going to be fine. I don't know how it was going to go, and you know, things like that. So I kept going to my appointments. I started getting excited, but I would say I was more sad a lot throughout my pregnancy more than I was happy, because of the fact that I was sick and I couldn't do anything and I couldn't go anywhere. I never had a baby shower. I never had a gender reveal. I never did nothing fun towards like me having my baby. And I started staying with my mom, and I stopped going to work. Everything that I needed, like my mom made sure I had it, my boyfriend made sure I had it, my mother-in-law made sure I had it. Like my baby was set. Like, I didn't need to do anything. Like, I just was just home being sick and getting fat and having a big old belly. So then when I found out I was having a boy, I was not so happy, because I wanted a girl so bad. But his dad was excited that he was getting a boy, because from day one when we found out that I was pregnant, kill him dead, he knew it was a boy. Yeah, it was a boy. So that was like, you know, it wasn't the jump that I wanted, but it was still like a blessing. You know, I was still glad, I was still happy. He was healthy. He was, you know, growing healthy and everything inside of me. And I was, listen, when I say I looked disgusting, I looked disgusting, okay? I looked horrible. Like, how I say it? I looked like I belonged outside, a crackhead, a bum. My hair grew so much, because they have a saying that they say that boys let your hair grow and everything. My hair grew so much, like I had a head of hair. It was just so thick and full, and I naturally don't carry thick hair. I naturally carry thin hair, so it was so crazy. Like, I had this head full of thick hair. My skin, it was horrible. My skin broke out a lot. Like, I looked like a grater face, okay? If anybody understands what that means, it's a Jamaican thing that you used to, you know, grate the carrots and stuff like that. I had a grater face. Like, my face I had bad acne when I was pregnant, and I was dehydrated a lot. I was always in and out of the hospital, getting an IV for fluid and everything, because I was very dehydrated. I couldn't hold on any meals. I barely ate anything. If I ate 2 strawberries for the day, that was a lot. I didn't eat anything. When I found I was pregnant with my son, I was 110 pounds, and then in the space of 2 months, I went down to 86 pounds. Literally, like 86 pounds. I looked like a thin piece of paper. And then went in to give birth to my son, I was 160 pounds. How? I don't know. I never saw that weight at all. So, and yeah, like I was just excited, like, you know, about the whole pregnancy. After a while, like in the ending, I was excited, but that's when I started eating a lot. Like that's when I started being able to like consume my food and all that good stuff. And my baby started moving around a lot. He was an active baby, like he was very active. I never really did a lot of activities at all. Like I just laid there in bed on my back every damn day, slept. I slept throughout the day, and I was up every night eating down the house. Like I was eating like full course meals at 4 o'clock in the morning, fried chicken and rice, scrambled eggs, sausages, bacon, tortilla wraps. Like I was eating a full course breakfast, dinner, and lunch at 4 o'clock in the morning. And now my son is just the same way. Like he thinks at 4 o'clock in the morning when he wakes up, he's supposed to have a full course meal and not milk. So it's like he came out just the way how I was when I was pregnant with him, and everybody used to tell me that, and I used to be like, no, he's not gonna be like that. And he's like that. Like when your ancestors and your older, not ancestors, but when your older family members tell you things from back then that their ancestors told them, listen, it's true, because now I'm dealing with it. So it's like my pregnancy was like, it was crazy, it was hectic, but it's something I would do all over again. When I say all over again, because it was like, it was a good experience, something like, you know, it was a good experience, it was a good feeling, and I'm happy for him. I'm glad he gave me that experience, and it's just something I would do all over again, you know. I would take the risk all over again. But if you guys want me to do a labor and delivery video, I could do a labor and delivery video. So comment down below and let me know if you want me to do a labor and delivery video. I don't have any clips from like recorded from me and being in labor, but I do have, I think, a few pictures before and after I gave birth, so I could throw those, like put them on the screen or throw them in there somewhere. But I could do a labor and delivery video and let you guys see what my experience was about and how it was, and see if other people could relate with me or tell me how theirs were. So comment down below, like, share, and subscribe.